me, man. Where'd you even come from?
I was just walking by. You might even say it was perfect timing.
That's a good one. How can I repay you?
Oh, don't worry about it. The box score starts meow.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Coward for box score.
Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock here in Los Angeles. The Danettes are joining me once again from Milford, Connecticut. Well, if it bleeds, it leads. Huge news in the world of U.S. soccer. Paulie, a three-parter for you. What happened, to whom, and why should we care?
Jurgen Klinsmann, the manager of the USA national soccer team, put out his team yesterday, and Landon Donovan was off the team, and for the first time in his career. And why you should care? Well, if you're an American and you like our sports teams doing it all well, even if you don't like soccer.
If you care about America.
If you care about our country at all, Broccoli.
Perhaps I do. I'm patriotic. Fritzy, did you reach out to Landon, and was he sobbing when you got him on the phone?
We did reach out to Landon. I think Paul was in more direct communication with him, and from what he was saying, he didn't want to come across like he had sour grapes, is what Paulie was telling us.
Yeah, I emailed back and forth with him last night a little bit. It's a very touchy thing because I'm a producer first. Let's not kid each other. I'm not a friend of Landon Donovan. We don't go out and party together. But I've known him for a long time, and we text a lot about sports stuff, lightly. But when I sent him yesterday, I'm like, hey, sorry about not making the team. He said, thanks, blah, blah, blah. And I waited a little bit of time, then I asked him about coming on the show. He's like, eh.
A little bit of time as in like 30 seconds or like 30 minutes?
Somewhere in between there, literally.
All right.
It was more, and it's purposely, because I was like, I'm not going to be that cold-blooded.
Yeah.
But I'm also, I got a job to do. My job comes before anything. And, but he did tell me some things off the record just to point me in the right direction, which helped a lot.
Well, Paulie, I think you're putting on a brave face because it seemed like you were on suicide watch this morning as Fritzy came to your side, Fritzy Nightingale, to rub your head and console you. Did that help at all?
I don't recall that. I blacked that out.
You can actually tell how upset Paul was just by the fact that he's letting Todd rub his head.
Yeah.
Like that there's any physical contact. That is not in the Paul Patch playbook.
He was very devastated. Paul doesn't like to be
not.
touched.
I was out of
He
it.
needed consoling. We did what we could.
Don't recall much.
McLovin, are you quiet because you don't care about soccer at all or the United States of America?
Or Paulie being sad, too.
Yeah.
Don't forget that part. So, yeah, it was basically, although I have to admit, we were shooting that thing where Fritzy was stroking Paulie's head, and I didn't know whether to cry or laugh. It was just the weirdest thing, so I totally lost it on camera.
I enjoyed McLovin kicking me in the head more than like Fritzy's patting me on the head. But I was getting notes yesterday on Twitter like, dude, are you okay? Are you? I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Oh, dude, we all were. Have you checked on Paulie yet? Is he okay? I got 150 of those.
I didn't get any notes from anybody when I had chest lung surgery, but I'm getting all these notes because Landon Donovan didn't make the World Cup.
Allegedly had chest lung surgery.
Well, the man who knows surgery well, Fritzy, you were all sorts of helpful today, rubbing his head. And you also dropped this little gem when Dan was going over the U.S. soccer roster.
They have a couple of recognizable names. Josie Altidore, Tim Howard, right? Is that right, Paulie? No, nobody's going to be interested in those guys?
Clint Dempsey's the most famous guy.
Clint Dempsey. All right, so you got a couple of guys there. Yes, Fritzy.
They couldn't have kicked Josie out the door and left Landon?
Yeah,
we're getting somewhere.
When you said this, it's a great line, but I almost feel like it's too easy. Like the name is basically
No way, dude.
I mean, Josie out the door.
That's kind of harsh.
Fritzy, but can I jump in? I rarely defend Fritzy.
Get out of here.
That was a home run. If you would have stayed with that video after we went to break, C and I both jumped up and high-fived Fritzy.
Yeah.
And
that was awesome.
Did you make that on the fly, Fritzy? That was not planned, right?
No, we were just kicking around names, and I'm like, that sounds like out the door. And I'm just like,
That's a nice one.
Dope.
Every 4 years, you get one of those.
I'll take one every 4 years. If I can get that kind of reaction and high fives from the front row, he did something right.
Well, Fritzy did something right there, and you also did something right with your mock headlines, which I think knocked it out of the park.
Donovan. World Cup checked. Sock blocked.
Wow.
That was a questionable one. Paulie gave me a pass on that. Next of Klin, someone else should coach the U.S. team. Son of a pitch. kicked in the career. And we'll wrap up the festivities with End It Like Beckham. Donovan won't go out like this.
Well done, Fritzy. Well done.
I don't know why I said that.
It's like Bizarro Day. Fritzy's being mean-spirited, and I'm getting sympathy and being picked on. It's like Bizarro Day. It's like the Bizarro Seinfeld episode.
I absolutely love Todd Fritz's vocabulary and his just use of words. Like in that clip where he says, "All right, and we'll wrap up the festivities with this headline."
I love the mock headlines, but I do have to ask about two.
Go ahead.
Sock block?
Sock block was sock for soccer. And
Not high socks.
It had nothing to do with
And what is
socks or
kicked?
footwear.
And I feel really stupid because I'm sure. Kicked in the career?
Like kicked in the rear, but kicked in the career. His career is over. Like he got kicked in the butt by Klinsmann.
No, I get it now. No,
But
that was
Josie
good.
Kicked in the
Altidore.
career.
No, those are those are good.
McLovin, are you looking down on him because it isn't proper English as an English major?
No, honestly, like sometimes Fritzy will have a really good one, and I'm not alone. Seton and Paulie sometimes don't get them either. Sometimes like we just don't get them because, and sometimes Dan is like, Dan is listening to his mock headlines, and he's already looking at what he has to work on next. Like
that's
the
his
next
way of saying that they're bad. But we don't get them. It's just that's another.
No.
That's a
I'm
euphemism
just
for
saying
that wasn't funny.
I'm just
at
saying
all.
sometimes there's a lot going on, and like they're pretty clever. If they're next level, then we don't get
But
them.
rarely is it
Sometimes-
like
yeah.
highbrow comedy that we're not getting. It's more like it's not
Yeah.
a joke, and so we don't get
He's
that.
not really.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get like. I'm not trying to make Dennis Miller type.
Yeah, you're not
mock
quoting.
headlines.
Then you're
quoting
succeeding.
Hamlet.
Yeah, if they're not obvious to the average person, then I failed, and they're not funny.
I'll tell you what, though, Fritzy really needed a strong mock headline performance.
Yeah. That
It's been a while since that franchise has
Seton was
seen
ready to
anything.
ban me
right.
from doing it
Holy
ever
moly.
again. He's ready to pull a plug
You
on.
bought another month out of me.
Yeah, the past year was like the Anthony Michael Hall year of SNL.
Fritzy, be good. You did a great job on these, and they were so good you took a victory lap. Running around, torn shirt and all. Fritzy, how'd you tear your shirt, by the way?
I tore my shirt the way I tore like 2 or 3 other shirts over the past few months. I was going from here into the back room, and the back of my shirt got hooked on the door handle, and I didn't realize until you hear the little. I'm like, you got to be kidding me that happened again.
Curse words. You let F-bomb
Yeah,
fly.
I did. I
Three
did drop
F-bombs.
some bad language.
You know what happens to me? My IFB, there's a pack. I've ruined about 6 of these because I get it caught on the wire on the day. It just rips all the
I
electronics
still don't know how
out.
it happened, but
Yeah.
I keep getting hooked on
I'm
the
with
door
you.
handle. Maybe I should tuck the
Now,
shirt.
Brock, this is a serious issue because the week before the Super Bowl, Mrs. Fritzy went out and bought Todd 5 shirts for Super Bowl week.
This is
and
one of them.
2 of those 5 shirts have been ripped.
Yeah, we're getting down to the nitty gritty, and I'm not actually have to go back to the store and get some.
Well, your wife had to go back to the store.
Or Jen will go back to the store and hopefully bring back something that I like. But yeah, I'm going through shirts with these rips and.
Is that Nautica?
I either have to
I think
learn how to
that's a
walk.
Nautica.
Yeah, I think so.
They're still in business?
I either have to
Yeah.
learn how to
Haven't
walk,
seen them in a
or
while.
we got to remove the door
Do you
handle.
have any garanimals in the closet?
Not a
Garanimals.
Fritzy,
The Tigre.
McLovin, did you wear Garanimals as a child?
Oh, I loved Garanimals. They were the best. Yeah, if I could have a shirt with like a kangaroo, or what kind of animals do they have? I was all over that. And underoos?
Underoos.
If we could wear underoos right now,
Yeah.
it was socially acceptable, I'd be wearing a Hulk shirt.
That could be arranged.
Remember those gloves that were called Freezy Freaky?
Yeah.
Had like the
Oh,
rocket
yeah.
ship on them that when it got cold, it
Those
would be
were
like
nice.
launching. Those were rad.
Yeah, adult clothes stink.
Yep.
I don't know why we wear them.
Well, stay right there, guys. We'll check your memory on if you remember the show that you've been on all week, and we'll test your knowledge on summer blockbusters. Stick around.
So I go for the ball and I trip you.
That was
a
a
yellow card.
Now, that's a yellow? What's red?
Yeah, that was a foul. So this is a red.
Oh,
ahead,
Paul, you got
you're
your
good.
cup on?
Yeah, go ahead. That's a red card.
Oh, what a special moment.
Now, wait a minute. Can we
You
reenact?
kicked him in the shin.
It's unanimous. Top critics are groaning for one movie. It's called $10 Arm. That has nothing for anyone.
How do you expect me to throw it on target when there's no cup on the other end, man?
It's the feel-bad #1 movie you'll complain about this summer. I just got you guys a tryout. Are you joking with us? I'm not joking with you. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll go home and kill yourself. Rated PG. See it now.
Welcome back to the box score. I am sure that movie is going to become an instant classic. with Memorial Day weekend upon us, I think we should test your knowledge on the summer blockbusters coming out. I think this is a perfect time for a summer movie quiz. Here we go. Back row, you're up. The fourth installment in this series based on action figures from the 80s. Once starred Shia LaBeouf, now stars friend of the show and man with a third nipple, Mark Wahlberg.
I think it's a Transformer. I saw the preview the other day. That is Transformers, baby.
You are absolutely correct, McLovin. For some bonus points, can you name me two Transformers?
Optimus Prime and the yellow guy. What the heck?
Yellow guy.
Bumblebee.
That's absolutely correct. Bumblebee, roll out.
Bumblebee? How'd you know that?
I did not
Big
know
fan.
that. Oh, that's a great high five there.
Never
Good fist bump. Next up, front row, the latest sequel to this comic book series features time travel, giant robots, and Halle Berry in spandex.
That X-Men? I'm gonna go ahead and say the X-Men.
What is this?
Yeah, we'll give it to you. X-Men Days of Future Past. For bonus points, front row, name the X-Men character played by Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh. I know this.
You do? Wow.
No.
You don't know.
Can I steal?
Yeah, why not?
Anyone?
Go ahead, McLovin. Steal away. Robbie Dupree.
Mystique. That would be Mystique.
Can't believe you know this.
Yeah, all right. Thieves in the back row. All right, back row, your turn again. This sequel stars Gary Oldman, send everyone, Kerry Russell from Felicity, and a slew of genetically evolved animals.
Gary Oldman, Kerry Russells, and genetically evolved animals are in a movie together?
I'd rather get kicked in the eye.
First of all, just tell me where to see this. This is the first thing. This has got to be a cartoon. Gary Oldman, Kerry Russell?
Fritzy has no input on this.
Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? No.
It's definitely not that. Bears. Is there a movie
Care
about
Bears.
bears out?
I think I'm going to say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, Bears is
Donatello.
a documentary about Jesus.
No, wait,
it
wait.
wasn't Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm sorry, it was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh.
Well, I'll give you a
Gary
chance for
Oldman
a
is doing
bonus.
that? Oh.
Yes, he's in that. He's the bad general.
He sold out.
For bonus
Gary Oldman
points,
sold
name
out.
the leader of the apes.
Oh, that's easy.
Steve.
Zeus?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go Zeus then.
No, it wasn't Zeus.
Zaius, not
It
Zeus.
was Caesar.
Dr. Zaius?
Dr.
Yeah,
Zaius, Dr.
Caesar.
Zaius.
Oh.
Dr. Zaius.
Zeus.
You're doing the Simpsons Planet of the Apes song,
I
aren't you?
am but a paper boy. Front row, one more for you. This romantic comedy, or rom-com as McLovin and I call them, features a man and a woman who grow closer after a bad blind date.
Man, I feel like I've seen this movie 15 times before.
It's blended.
You are absolutely correct. It is blended. Perhaps a layup for you guys, but could you, for bonus points, name two more movies starring Sandler and Barrymore for me?
Oh, 50 First Dates?
50 First Dates and The Wedding Singer.
Nice.
Absolutely correct. Up next, it's time to see what the guys remember from the show, and we get a guy from behind the camera in front of the camera. You don't want to miss this. Stick around. Welcome back to the Box Score, guys. It's time to show Dan Nation how much you recall from the week that was. I think this is the perfect opportunity to play.
No! Your
Show? What?
What? I'll ask you about something that happened on the show. You just need to give me the correct answer. First question goes to the front row. Shay and Irving joined the show Thursday. How many tattoos total does Shay have?
I believe he said over 50.
Was it over 50?
I don't even know what you look like, Shay.
I'm white, shocker. I have very short hair in the summertime, and I got tattoos for days, Danny.
How many tattoos do you get?
Couldn't tell you. Probably over 50. I got a couple on my noggin. That's the issue.
I'm going to go bonus question. Do you remember one tattoo from his head, Seton and Pauly?
Yeah. He had a handgun on his head.
Yeah, he's got the words role model written on his head, too.
All right, back row, you're up. Jeremy Roenick was on the show and said these two former NHL goalies loved to cup check him when he was in front of the goal. Name one of the goalies.
Ron Hextall or Billy Smith?
Nice.
Was it Ron Hextall
There might be
or
another
Billy
one.
Smith?
When I was playing, right, for a
Yeah.
goaltender, if I'm in front like this, Marty Brodeur and Patrick Waugh would literally give me one of those underneath.
It sounded so good.
Martin Broder.
It's all right, boys.
Yeah, he talked about Hextall and Smith during the show.
You got them both wrong there.
Yeah.
Front row, sticking with hockey, Wayne Gretzky got his nickname the Great One at what age?
10.
Ooh, yeah. Was it 10?
Did you have a nickname before the Great One?
No, a reporter friend from a little town down the street gave me that nickname when I was 10 years old, and it stuck forever.
No.
Bravo! Bravo! Oh my God! And finally, back row, Bryant McKinney was sued for $375,000 for unpaid lap dances. How many lap dances was that the equivalent to Dan say?
Sports Center anchor?
Bryant McKinney?
Oh no, it's Brian Kinney.
400,000? I seem to remember 40,000. The number 4 was in there. Do the math real quick.
You're the Dartmouth guy, though.
Let's say 4,000.
4,000.
Was it 4,000?
Bryant McKinney was sued for $375,000. He was sued because of unpaid lap dances. How many lap dances is that, in case you're wondering? Roughly 4,000 lap dances.
Wow.
Congrats to the front row, our big winners. Come on back as we wrap up things here on the box score and get you ready for your weekend.
Oh, crap. He looks like trouble.
That's what you get for profiling.
Welcome back to the box score. Well, you see what happens when profiling goes wrong. All jokes aside, profiling and racism, a heavy topic on the show this week. Paulie, how do you look to move forward from this topic going into next week?
Well, I like to see what's next in real news for that topic, not just our opinion, because we dealt with that yesterday. If Mark Cuban did something, or if the NBA did something overnight or this morning that advanced the topic, we would talk about it. Otherwise, I didn't see really where to go.
I think one way to move forward is to put a camera guy on the spot, and that's exactly what Dan did by telling the story of the time Dan, Seaton, and Nick all went out.
So we're at this bar.
Right.
And this woman is there, and she wants to know when you're born. So you start telling her, and she tells you all these things about you. So she turns to him and says, "You're thinking about getting engaged." And he goes, and then he just like froze.
Dang,
Are you sweating over there? Are you sweating to the oldies? Look at you.
Oh,
Maybe
my
you could
goodness.
announce your engagement right here.
You better do it here.
Patrick Show.
If we don't get that news.
Yeah. You want to do that?
Not at this point.
Not at this point? Okay.
Oh boy. You know, young Nicky Tate, BRG, he's probably top 3 of the backroom guys right now, and he's just skyrocketed in popularity around here. And he's learning the lesson today of sometimes beers and then a fun conversation off the show will eventually find its way. If Dan, it doesn't matter how uncomfortable the situation is going to be. If Dan thinks it's funny, it's going on the show.
Also, you're surprised sometimes with Dan's memory for little stuff. He could have a conversation with you 3 years ago where you admitted that you stole something when you were in 8th grade. You're like,
Todd.
Yeah, like Todd did lots of times.
Yes.
And also be like, hey, Paul, remember the story you told me when we were in San Antonio for the 2006 finals where you stole a whole bunch of stuff? Like, oh?
Yeah.
Nick, what was the name of your future wife? Did the psychic say?
Well, I am dating a girl right now named Sam, but I haven't made any plans for anything yet, so
What do you think your
we'll
legs
see.
Yeah, look at us. So uncomfortable right now.
Break out
I mean,
stars.
is this an easy topic?
It's not.
Look at
Leave the poor guy
little
alone.
Nicky Tate.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Cut away.
Got scratch on your nose there, Nick.
We gotta go somewhere.
Yeah.
Cut away
Ready to
from
take
me.
2, please.
Take 6.
Get a let him off the hook, Brock.
Yeah, just watch Bridezillas or Platinum Weddings. I think that'll wean you off of it. All right, Mr. Happily Married, Fritzy, who is on next week?
Reggie Miller.
Monday, we're going to do a best of show with some of our favorite interviews in recent weeks and months. Tuesday, Reggie Miller will join us. Also next week, we hope to hear from Kevin Costner and Steve Kerr.
All right, thank you guys. Paulie, hopefully you'll tweet some pictures of your barbecue. Thanks for watching The Box Score. Set your DVRs or tune in weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern only on Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching The Box Score. Holy cow!